Hi guys, I've been lucky enough to get my hands on the Leviathan box set. Thanks to the Games Workshop for sending it through, and today we're going to unbox it. This one is a chunky meatball. First up, I think this is the biggest, heaviest box set they've done. It's over 11 centimeters deep. It weighs 4 kilos. That's about 2 cans of oil in American weights. Let's flip it. And on the back it looks like this. It looks good. The new Screamer Killer looks very good. The new captain, where's the new captain? Terminator captain. That is a brilliant sculpt. Here's all the miniatures inside. If you want to take a screen grab, here's some more stuff that's inside. It's nice. Let's cut open its flesh. Okay then. So one of the corners. Here's another corner. Multicolored Gantz. Is it Gantz or Gaunts? Do you remember what they did for 8th edition with the Space Marine and the Chaos side? Well, they're doing something similar here. Lots of plastic. This has got to be the Screamer Killer, right? He has put on some weight. And then there's this floaty brain plug thing here. I like the details. That's quite a lot of detail. I like it. So, first sprue. Here's the second sprue. I think this is that thing there. And then when you flip it over, looking at these rods and these rods, it looks like this set is a push fit, which technically means you don't need any glue, but it's always better with a little bit of glue, isn't it? The Brutalis Dreadnought. Is this the Brutalis Dreadnought? No, that was the one with the 2 fists. This is the Shooty Dreadnought. Looking at the body compared to the size of the weapons, that Twin Las is huge. Right, so let's start organising my life a bit, because this is going to be a lot of stuff. Tyranids on that side, Space Marines on this side. This is the Flamey unit. Some nice bits of detailing in there. Let's flip it over. Definitely supposed to be push fit, I think. Right, what else we got? More Space Marines. Is this the Sergeant? The Cap? No, this is the Librarian sprue. I can tell because of the big force axe there. I'm loving the detail on the ceramite armour there, the book on the back, around the shoulder pads. These are very well done. Right, back in the box. Tyranids, more Tyranids. These 2 little sprues of bugs. A little Hormagaunt sprue, little Hormagaunt sprue. And here's the new rippers attached to the sprues, look. Right, and then when you light them up side by side, you can see that they're the same sprue. Look, if we overlap, there's no gaps there. So, same sprues. 1, 2, 3, 4 rippers. 4 rippers. And loads of little guys. In fact, there's 20 termagants in the box. So, this is a strip of 10. And this is another strip of 10. We have some more flamey dudes. Some more flamey dudes. Are these 2 sprues the same? Yes, they are. Yes, exactly the same. So rinse and repeat 2 sprues here. These are the Infernus Marines. So we're going to have 5 and 5 because there's 10 in the box. What's this? More little bugs? This isn't little bugs. This is not little bugs. This is something else. I know there's 3 Von Ryan Leapers in the box, and these look similar to the old Leaper models here. And there is 3 of them. So that's Von Ryan. More stuff and things. Terminators. The new locator beacon. We have Terminators. There's the assault cannon. It's so chonky. First time looking at the new Terminator sculpts for myself as well. New Stormbolters. Look at the way the legs are locked together on that thing. That's interesting. With the sword. There's 5 Terminators in the box. This looks like it's all the Terminators. 1 minute. Tyranid sprue belongs on the giant Tyranid pile. We'll go in here. This is the new captain. This has got to be the new captain, right? That sculpt looks amazing. I really do like it. And this is the new HQ for the Tyranids. So now I'm going to have to break these in half to put the captain with my Space Marine bits. The new HQ for the Tyranids. Let's take a closer look at that. We didn't really. Those wings, nice detail on the wings there. I like. Back in the box we have the Barb Gaunts. These are more new Tyranid models. I have to say I'm more excited for all the Tyranid stuff than the Space Marine stuff, because I collect both armies, but Space Marines always get upgrades. They're the number one, aren't they? Everyone loves a Space Marine, except for the people that don't. But everyone who collects Warhammer 40k collects Space Marines, except for the people who don't. But Tyranids don't get as much love as Space Marines, particularly Lieutenants, stood on a rock, holding a sword in the air. So it's always nice to get new Tyranid sculpts. And again, the level of detailing on some of these sculpts is crazy good. We'll put you there for now. And then the Stern Guard. I, so far, have my Stern Guard in Mark III plate, but Stern Guard now. So we have Stern Guard, but there's also the Apothecary here, surely. Yes, he must be on this sprue because of these bits here. I say Apothecary, but he's an Apothecary Biologist, a new type of Apothecary. You can see the Stern Guard weapons here, the melter, the combi melter on that guy, heavy bolter over here. That looks like a shotgun to me. No, looking at the thing, that'll be the Apothecary's weapon. This is a nice sprue as well, with some, again, surprising level of detail. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Okay, so here's all the sprues from the box. All those people who like screen grabs, hopefully there was enough of a pause here, there and everywhere for you to get your screen grabs. And as we can see, there is a smorgasbord of plastic. I think they haven't told us the price yet, but we're hearing it's going to be around 150 from the rumours, from all the leaks and things. And 150 for this amount of plastic is basically Games Workshop giving it away. Normally the box sets are a very good deal. Warhammer, more often. A nice piece of paper. And then we have things. What's this thing? Is this the giant rule book? This looks like a giant rule book with something. This something being how to stick them all together. This is the sticking together page. These are definitely push-fit models. I mean, this huge chunky thing here, the assembly instructions for the chunky thing, is on these 2 pages, which is not a lot for Games Workshop. Normally you'd have like 10 pages putting together one model, but they've definitely thought about trying to make the models accessible by having as little assembly as possible. Of course, these are all monopose sculpts, so if you like sculpting yourself, then you're going to have to get the old scalpel out to make some adjustments and stick them together in the ways you want. Conversion, basically. You can have to look. Von Ryan's Leapers, that's it. That is the page for it. Oh no, there's another page here. And then the Screamer Killer. Very easy to put together. I know I'm going backwards. But yeah, that's the Tyranid section. Nice. We'll go forwards for the Space Marine section. So that's the assembly instructions for the captain, for the librarian, for the biologist. Here's the biologist. That's a sneaky model as well. I do like him. Then we have the Stern Guard. Then we have the Terminators. More Terminators. And then there'll be a Dreadnought somewhere. Oh, we have the Infernus Marines first. A bunch of guys, all with Flamer. I mean, we have got Hellblasters. They've got all the plasma. We've got Jumpy Dudes. They've got all the bolters. Now we've got guys with all flamers. Coming next year, they're going to release a Space Marine sprue. And everyone will have a bucket and spade and a hand grenade. No mixing and matching since Guilliman came back. I mean, come on now. Guilliman's very organised. And he doesn't like favoritism. He wants to make sure that all the boys have got the same guns. Okay, so that's the assembly book over there. We'll take a look inside the core rulebook in a second. But that is a weighty tome. Before we do so, let's have another little book. These should be adverts. They like sticking in adverts. Battle for Ogram. Consume it. There's a code there. Someone used the code. And then transfers for Dark Angels, Space Wolves. Dark Angels and Space Wolves. Blood Angels are on there. Imperial Fists are on there. Some Ultramarines as well. So a nice fat transfer sheet. What's in the side pockets? Let's take this away. So we have bases for all the miniatures. Definitely snap fit with those holes through those bases there. Some large bases for the larger creatures. Has to go the right way round. OCD will be bugging me. And then we have the chapter approved cards and this book to take a look at. So it says on the back of the box, the chapter approved Leviathan mission deck. This will be the chapter approved Leviathan mission deck, and it is chonky. On one side the Tyranid, the other side the Space Marine. Let's open it up, spread it out across the table. At the back, I noticed as I picked it up, we have some more of their objective markers. Then after the objective markers, we have some rules, and these are all the cards. So 6 different deployment options. You have secondary objectives for each player. You have the 4 gambits for each player. You have the primary mission rules, and then mission rules. This is how you go about scoring the points for your primary objectives, and if anyone played Tempest of War from 9th edition, you'll remember that you get special rules for each mission that you play. And then you can just have Chilling Reign, which is straight out of Tempest of War. There are no additional mission rules that apply, or you can add. Say you're playing Take and Hold, you could add Hidden Supplies to it, which is 1 additional marker in No Man's Land. So primary missions and ways to tweak the primary missions. Then we have deployment. Then you have your gambits and your secondaries. I should really do another video on these at some point. It might already be up. I don't know. This is the first time I've had a look in the box. And then how to actually play Leviathan. Now, they have said that this is the Leviathan mission deck. So we can assume that unlike Tempest of War, we're going to get different mission decks as 10th edition goes on. So if you get tired of playing Leviathan missions, you can play the next mission deck that comes out. Or, well, I've said it in videos before, it would be great, wouldn't it? If there were like 5 different mission decks, and you could play Leviathan one day, and another day you might want to play the Octarius mission decks, and another time you might... And tournament organisers as well might decide that, hey, the Leviathan mission deck is a bit busted, so for the LVO going forward, we won't use Leviathan. Instead, we'll use... the Pancake mission deck instead, and we'll be playing with pancakes, or whatever they might want to call it. What I'm saying is different mission decks will be a good idea. I, for one, think the more ways of playing Warhammer 40k, the better. If there's multiple ways of playing match play Warhammer 40k, then that can only be a good thing, because you can pick and choose whichever ones you want to do. So that's in the main rule book. That's in the main box, sorry. And then we have the chunky rule book of Doom. Leviathan. So the binding art is the same as in previous editions, as in 9th edition. Warhammer 40k The Hobby. Dark Imperium 20 to 75. That'll be the lore. Forces of the 41st Millennium. Look, it's divided into armies of the Imperium, forces of Chaos, and the Xenos threat. Soon, of course, we'll be adding the Emperor's Children to the Forces of Chaos, and hopefully Eldar Exodites to the Xenos threat as well. Combat Patrol missions, Crusade missions, Core Rules Index, right at the back. Tell a lie, Core Rules Index is literally the Core Rules Index, huh? Just had a quick look. The core rules are in this bit here. They start on page 200, and they've got their own page titles, like that. See, so it's 242 really, and that's how it's broken down in the core rules: the battle rounds, data sheets and abilities, further rules, mustering your army, and missions for only war way of playing. So 200 pages of lore, 60 pages of rules, but they've told us that the core rules will be free and available online to people. Then about a dozen pages for Combat Patrol, and over a dozen pages for their new Crusade system. And as ever, the core books produced by Games Workshop are absolutely glorious. And somewhere in some of these pictures, there will be a miniature or two that they haven't revealed that has yet to be released, hidden away somewhere. Now, I'm not going to break down everything that's inside this core book for now, because this is an unboxing video, and just like you guys, I want to go away and give it a good read. Just like you guys, as soon as you get your hands on this thing, I want to find out what's inside it. And also fanboy out a little bit over all the lovely art. It's got to be John Blanche, right? It's got to be. Anyway, that's the unboxing for the Leviathan launch box for 10th edition Warhammer 40k. A huge chunk of miniatures. You get your chapter approved cards, you get the lovely rule book, and it's going to be a bargain. Again, thanks to Games Workshop for sending it through to me and to other content creators so we can get our hands on it. For as far as I can see, however, there are no data sheets for all of these miniatures, except what you find inside this book here. So if you actually want to play with them, mind you, all the data sheets, like all the cool rules, all the data sheets will be free to everyone at the time of launch online. How that's going to work and what website you need to go to, don't know yet. But yeah, Warhammer 40k 10th edition is coming. I am frothing with excitement. Are you looking forward to it? What are you most looking forward to? Are you not looking forward to it? What are your hopes, your fears, your dreams? Please put them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your feedback, and happy wargaming.